Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, and how we're going to fix this bad boy together. We are charting a course towards freedom where we backhand tyranny, or no matter where we find it, Republican, Rhino, Democrat, liberal, gun controller, psychopath, whatever, all of them, they get a backhand if they're involved in tyranny, which brings us to the update that we're about to talk about. Remember that whole unsanctioned car event, that mass shooting that we talked about on Friday evening? Yeah, it turns out they actually have the suspects. And wouldn't you know it, that 3 out of the 4 of them were minors? Yeah, we're going to talk about all the details we have there. We're going to mix in a little bit of victory for the gun rights in New Mexico, and then also show how Mayor Lawan Grisham and Moms Demand Action is ragingly mad that their gun control push in New Mexico died in the light of this unsanctioned car show mass shooting. Yeah, this is going to be one you're going to want to send out. Everything will be linked in the description box below. Can't wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Let's get into it. We have got to talk about some stuff. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to go over to the X account, at Braden LOA if you want to follow. It's always a party. You get the news before it happens on this channel. It's really awesome. But that's not why we're here. Check that out if you get a second. Let's jump right into CNN. 4 have been arrested in New Mexico's mass shooting that left several teens dead at Las Cruces Park. Now again, of course, don't want violence. Violence bad. Horrible. Not good. However, when you try to spin this as something to take away people's rights, I take offense. Now, you can see here from the timestamp, this is updated 7:50 p.m. on Sunday, March 23rd. So about 15 minutes ago from the filming of this video. 4 people have been arrested in connection with a mass shooting in Las Cruces, New Mexico, Friday night. Thomas Rivas, 20, and a 17-year-old boy were arrested Saturday, according to Las Cruces police. On Sunday, another 17-year-old boy and a 15-year-old boy were arrested, police said in an update. All right, so if you guys are not familiar with the gun rights fight, most of you are, you would know that 3 of those people would not be allowed to buy firearms. They would not be allowed to be involved in a red flag law because they can't have firearms. Nothing with a Ethan's law, safe storage law. Nothing with a magazine capacity. Nothing with the whole banning of the Second Amendment by the mayor or the governor, who we're about to show you again. None of these things would have had anything to do with anything. So this is probably going to go under the rug pretty quickly because the gun controllers can't use this, because it's quite obvious this unsanctioned car show, which we covered in last night's video, was quite clearly a street takeover, and then 2 groups started shooting at each other. By the way, all bad, revisiting that, not good. And it turned out that 15, 17, 17, and 20-year-olds were the ones that were actually murdering people. Yeah. All right, so it's amazing how a little bit of time and all the details start coming out, isn't it? About 12:20 p.m., Sunday, March 23rd, police arrested a 15-year-old boy, 15, and charged him with 3 open counts of murder, police said in a social media post. The 3 previous arrests in this case, 2 17-year-old boys and 20-year-old Thomas Rivas, all faced the same charges because they were all involved, and they were all on camera, and they were openly killing people. That's not acceptable. Again, waiting for where gun control would have done anything. We're going to stop in with Moms Demand Action because they're real mad that New Mexico lost some gun control push they were doing. Rivas was booked into the Dona Ana County Detention Center Sunday morning and is being held without bond. The 3 teenagers are being held in the juvenile section of the detention facility. Again, juveniles, minors, can't buy a gun. No gun control would do anything. But let's move on to something, and this is important as we transition into this next part of the video. This is from the NAGR. Victory. New Mexico assault weapons ban and gun store attack bill defeated. Gone. Dead. Finito. Bye. Okay? So that's made the gun controllers a little bit angry in the light of these 2 things in the same day. Let's go over to Governor Lawan Grisham. Now, you may remind yourself that that is a very familiar name. Where have I heard that name and seen that face? Well, this is the governor of New Mexico who decided that she was going to just ban the Second Amendment in her state, in the city of Albuquerque, I believe was the city. And that didn't go over too well because a lot of even gun control advocates were like, yeah, boo, you can't do that. Well, she's back and she is upset. Listen to this, guys. Santa Fe. Governor Michelle Lawan Grisham issued the following statement regarding the mass shooting that occurred Friday night at Young Park in Las Cruces. Again, this is the unsanctioned car event. The indiscriminate nature of this shooting is both shocking and unacceptable, but sadly not surprising. This violence tears at the fabric of our communities and leaves wounds that may never heal. Again, armed teenagers at an illegal event creating illegal actions in a fight hitting innocent bystanders. Don't worry, gun controllers are still real upset they can't use it anymore. Watch this. The devastating loss of Officer Jonah Hernandez in Las Cruces last year, and now this mass shooting underscore the legislature's years-long failure to address the crime crisis shattering lives and communities in our state. New Mexicans are heartbroken, and they should also be outraged that their legislature will adjourn today without having passed a single bill to address juvenile crime or ban assault weapons. Their inaction is appalling and unacceptable. They didn't ban assault weapons. They took an L. Please see NAGR's post. They lose. All right. So now that I've shown you what Grisham has said in the light of politicizing the unsanctioned car show, let's jump over to Moms Demand Action. See how they're handling it. New Mexicans die while senators fail to pass gun safety bill. So, not well. Okay, let's continue. Everytown, Moms Demand Action, and Students Demand Action urge legislature to stay in Santa Fe and ban assault weapons after the mass shooting in Las Cruces. Again, the unsanctioned car show with minors and juveniles shooting other people indiscriminately because of a fight. 10 p.m. at night in a park that was a takeover. Yeah, we should take all the rights from everybody because of criminal behavior. Okay. Let's go in here. I got to show you something else. I got some highlighted stuff because they're really mad. They're calling some people out. Look at this. The shooting came hours after lawmakers adjourned the legislative session, refusing to take a vote on SB 279, legislation that would have banned assault weapons in New Mexico. Here's the list of Democratic lawmakers who blocked SB 279. So keep in mind, there was no assault weapons used in this mass shooting in the unsanctioned car show. No, this was a bunch of pistols with a bunch of juveniles and minors fighting with a bunch of other juveniles and minors who then ended up killing 3 and harming 15 because they fired indiscriminately and they hit those that were innocent. Okay, let's continue. They weren't even there. But don't worry, don't let facts get in the way of a narrative. Senator Peter Wirth, as majority floor leader, orchestrated a systematic stalling of SB 279 to run the clock on legislation to ban assault weapons. Ooh, these Democrats are going to be in trouble. Senator Joseph Cervantes represents a bordering district of last night's mass shooting, again the unsanctioned car show, and is the only Democrat on record to vote against the assault weapons ban this session. Well, okie dokie then. Earlier this month, Students Demand Action wrote to Senator Cervantes, urging his support as Judiciary Chair. He did not respond. Sounds like they don't have all the Democrat support for the insanely far-left gun control they're pushing. Kind of like when they had the same pushback when Governor Grisham went down the road of just banning the Second Amendment in entire cities. Yeah. Senator George Munoz, as chair of the Finance Committee, questioned the constitutionality of an assault weapons ban. Oh my God, the audacity. He's on it, but really the audacity, ignoring that 10 other states already banned those deadly weapons. Well, let's talk about that since you brought it up. You know, those same 10 states with the assault weapons ban legislation, did you know that's actually up for Supreme Court consideration? Yeah, it's like literally right now. The one thing that could pull the thread that would make all of that go away is actually being considered if they're going to hear it or not. So this whole, 10 other states are infringing upon everyone's rights. Yeah, that don't hold a lot of water much longer. I'm pretty sure you're going to have some bad news pretty quick. So get that outrage machine going and ready, Moms Demand Action, which you are so fluid in doing because you might have some bad news coming your way soon. All right. Again, that's the update. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't like talking about this stuff, but when people politicize and take advantage and manipulate tragedy like this, I feel obligated to say something, particularly when they're lying to you. And that's what I've got for you guys. Make sure you follow me on X at BradenLOA, and I will see you on the next one tomorrow when we start this freedom train all over again. Later.